Guys, I'm Helen. Today we're gonna do Act 2. Oh, that's something. Oh, I have to run fast, don't I? I was doing my intro. A very bad intro, actually.
They might not have seen us. If they spot us, they'll. Quick, hide! We almost got spotted. Phew, that was a close call. Watch out! It's coming this way. Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things. Fire. Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
My hair looks weird. I don't know why. You weird. You look weird. This is Arlecchino!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price.
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
The art be like though. The slays.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
Father. Well, that's not helping us.
Considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourself.
Over there. Oh my god. I don't have time for nonsense, though. Me.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Yep.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint?
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Ino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for Miss Nefer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel.
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may...
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before?
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a tea party.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a...
Oh, the feeling's mute.
Fatui.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Nor does Krai belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of... We have our own way of doing things here in Krai. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated...
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
What? Oh, don't.
Well, since Mr. Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Yehoda.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called dregs of the
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it. and how it became the new...
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Finster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, in those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé. What's the matter?
Daughter. Flinders.
I remember that.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancé of his? Do we know anything?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Thelindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood...
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian... Oh yeah, just like how it was... If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin that merchant who never knows. Dori Sagama Bay.
All right, then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go... As for the...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had... At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of
I'll head back to the curatorium and...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Aino, and Anefa when they get...
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided to call in some backups as things are getting so hairy. Stay safe, everyone.
Excuse me.
We're back. Did we get here a little early? A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally. And Boss Nefer has uncovered some... Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we... I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right... Oh, right. Nefa, could you fill in Uncle...
Sure. Uncle Barca, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsbart near, you discovered... But according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already... That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words...
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Krai are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna... I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here. And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's...
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
What does that mean?
Does that mean?
They were
were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsvartnir on her own. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides...
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone.
I love the drawings. They're so cute. The keynote be like though. I thought it was someone else's drawings. It's literally a podcast, bro. His drawings are actually not bad. They're not bad. Not bad.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is.
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient Conria?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the science had been... When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nose. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me, consuming. Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corrupt... You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange black...
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become...
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war.
Oh, sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Carians used to worship was actually the iridescent moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters. Does that mean that the Carians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the... Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want later proof, it's standing right before you.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye, in your flames.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project.
It's crazy.
Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody.
That's right. For now. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started?
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me a book called Paranhari, also known as Leobranto Inamorato.
You don't want to? He doesn't want. What?
You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting... In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled.
Branding.
Leaving an indelible mark upon them, so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual. There's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves?
We just look at her like, what? Are you...
Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds. In short, I can open. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open. So I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to... Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever danger.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices
Got it. I sense a sinister gloom, and I feel that I am about to meet an old friend.
I can't change my party, bruh. On water. This red water.
I sense your presence and crave death and rebirth. Wait, why are you? You have crossed over from another transcended fate itself. I have no right to. Hey! The sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire plate. What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon. Careful! There's something spooky about. Haimon's right behind you. Whatever you do.
Don't run up down her.
By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Yep, and let me just change it. I'm gonna leave it like this. My sucrose isn't that. He's not that built. I might actually change her to his artifacts instead. Kazuha has so much better artifacts than Sucrose. Anyways. I'm gonna just recharge those. So I switch. More energy recharge. Alright, Kazuha, I'm gonna take it. Not permanently though. It's not permanent. Kazuha. It's not permanent.
Absorption test.
Leave this place.
You sure? Just like I thought. It was only a facade. Shower me with
Oh, I didn't realize. It wasn't my fault. I did not see the hole. Okay.
not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain. Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that? Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe
Flip!
people once came here to study the Crimson Moon.
This time I do them normally.
Forest, shower me with praise.
This again. Keep. Oh, destroys the goo thing.
Hey, look at that! Now that do you think these mechanisms...
Felindus, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night. Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some...
Felindus? Is that Rear's girlfriend? Oh, yeah. The Abyss has made this space maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or some...
Strike a pose! Let's ride!
Oh.
Oh, looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby. Shower me with praise! Animal test 6308.
A grave transgression.
Let's ride! Woohoo! Absorption test.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking... If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally...
I'm stuck on a rock.
Take cover behind the rocks!
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Rerir, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Conria, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness. If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Outsider.
Hey, look! The moon's reflection is back to normal. Lindis's voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile...
Then there's no time to lose!
Oh, click the button by accident.
These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow.
It's a Girl Scout. I'll use with my party. It's fine.
That must be the iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
You poor lost lamb, with one heart.
That's my name, Echo in Song! Enhanced Animal Module 75. Stay clear. Check this out. Best of luck! Faster! Surf's up!
What's it trying to do? The...
Let's ride! Absorption test. Absorption test. The show begins. Let the world come alive.
By the frost moon of old, branch into song. Forest, protect us.
Shower me with carving waves. Amazing.
Iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away like an undying flame. If we can purify the abyssal power within,
Talk.
Is it you? Huh? At long last. I can see you once more. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still the moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. My thoughts scattered as the cold crept in. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage. Then you look so puzzled. But trust me when I say that every... What was that all about? Was it... It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But perhaps she took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew, for a fading soul like hers. But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. All right, time to leave this place and... That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in. Waning moon. Huh? Oh, lifeless damsel. Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing! It wants to trap us here. Who's it? The abyss? Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy. Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart! Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise.
Witness my rise.
What are you waiting for?
Witness my rise. Sorry. Yeah, I gotta do it too. 吃饱了。
喂。
嗯。
Oh, wait, was that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino. Paimon can't believe you'd make us...
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Columbina.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more brightly.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbine. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina, are you... I'm fine. Our
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned, at least to the level it was at as third harp.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rayriel. Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take it.
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Krai. The ray here of...
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze. But now, you're full of vitality, just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Columbina. This is who you are.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're all... But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path that...
I appreciate the concern, Columbina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, all I'll say is this. All right, that's it from me. I'll get you.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway.
Close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
At the next one. Oh, of course I have to download it. Yeah, I chose the mobile pack.
Stand clear.
Like a star. Anyways. I got another one. Okay, so... Yep, I'm gonna say here, download this. Okay. Got it. And let's start.
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so they were...
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back.
You seem rather cheerful today.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained for. Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
We meet again.
It's Albedo!
Albedo! What are you doing here?
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we envisaged.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths...
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
Darn it! I got guaranteed for him because I lost Mona for Nefer, so...
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance. I presumed you were acquainted with him. Is that not the case?
It's nice to meet you. Again, we've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Minnie Durrett!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again. By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the mini. Yeah, I'm not as mini. Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society appears to be reflecting on whether one's name really reflects.
Hello! You look so different! In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon as a sign of my great respect for you.
The mini... What?
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now. Paimon could get used to this.
My
From now on,
god.
you may refer to her as your esteemed guide, Paimon.
Oh my god.
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves.
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human relationships.
Your brother, what?
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Columbina, leave with you?
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if she stopped for a cup of tea or a 10 on the way.
Uh-oh. People are talking about me.
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's getting crowded here. I'll go grab some chairs.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist. I'll whip some up momentarily.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friends back. I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure, everyone. But this is where I'll say...
We really appreciate your help.
Come on, spare the formalities. I'm just glad I could help out some true friends.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, bye for now. Harley.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all these people in.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on in and see.
Run out of chairs, it's crazy. Run out of chairs, bro. Oh, stay. Why is he in here?
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues I brought in. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague, too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Deanslip.
Oh my god.
To that's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well, not exactly colleagues, more sort of friends.
Oh my god, Paimon.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important. Paimon's guessing you've heard about the Wild Hunt, then.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy, would that earn me a seat at the table?
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it.
What?
Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs. I've missed
Oh my
this.
god.
Is he being sarcastic?
I don't think so.
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I'm stupid. Anyways.
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to decipher Albedo's way of speaking has been like jumping in at the deep end.
His way of talking is something.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole lives without getting the hang of it. You're ahead of the game already.
I'm crying!
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
What the?
Perhaps
Why
you
are you
should go
crying?
and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's you.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you curious to see what's taking her so long?
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, I'm guessing she'd prefer to keep her methods confidential. Under such circumstances, would it not be tactless for me to impose?
Oh, but it's fine for me to impose.
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right, then.
Oh, she goes.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like...
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Let's take a little breather, folks. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down to business once the other two...
You're both awfully quiet. Why don't I start us off with an icebreaker? Have either of you ever had your portrait painted?
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint, then?
I dabble occasionally. He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people, dragons. I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance, I'd like to give it a try myself.
I'll bear that in mind. Anyway, how about you, Durin? Oh, I'd be... whatever style feels best to... Very well. Then I'll...
You can replicate any style
I can try.
Thank you. In that case...
Is there something you'd like to say to me?
Yeah. For starters, why'd you just show up here without even giving us a heads up?
If you think back to our previous interactions, you may recall that that's Hardly out of character for me.
You do have a point there. Oh yeah, you'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right? Want to tag along with us? You never know. We might get a group discount.
Oh my god.
Let's do that.
Great! Paimon will handle it. And in return, we can get Dainslift to be our very own personal bodyguard.
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner. I'd be happy to help.
Oh, okay then. Paimon was only kidding, but good to know. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs.
Indeed. Thank you.
Oh, he's so tall. I'm taller because of my horns. God.
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a meeting with so many people.
You're not alone there, my friend. The Lightkeepers also struggle to bring everyone together for a serious discussion.
I don't doubt that. I've only ever met two Ratniki, one being you, and the other being that young...
Itlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies to my lighthouse. A true Ratnik to the core. In that sense, he puts me to shame.
So you're what? A fake Ratnik? That's what it sounds like you're saying. But I get the feeling that's not quite what you meant. Come on, why the awkward...
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hide it. You've known all along, haven't you, my... Now, that was an awkward side.
Let's just keep this between ourselves.
That goes without saying. Gotta be careful what you share with youngsters, after all.
Anyone else in the know? Let me guess. The Traveler and Paimon?
Anyone in the know?
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own good, you know.
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself, I swear, your secret's safe with me.
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds. In the light of that claim, do you really expect me to take your oath seriously?
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spreading around the fact that I'm close with Barbados, all right?
Fair enough, then. Nothing like a bit of mutual leverage to seal the bonds of friendship.
Bond of friendship.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about you?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work. I left Yehoda back at the curatorium to watch over things while I'm gone.
So much for just this once.
Shh! Not so loud! We're on a roll here. What if she remembers and suddenly decides to back out?
Did you say something, Mr. Varka?
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flint?
Must have been a frog.
A frog.
They get so noisy around here at nighttime. It's like they're putting on a concert in the background.
Anyway, before we begin,
The
there's a
frog
few
be like,
introductions
though?
to make. Let me start by saying that it's an honor to be speaking before so many distinguished colleagues and collaborators. First up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Krai. Then there's Miss Nefer. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rarer's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little I've heard, they're making some great progress. Over here, we have Mr. Flintz, a Ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, he courageously distracted the Wild Hunt to buy time for the rest of us. For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Nysa Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included, Mr. Durin, who's come to lend his aid. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former... Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite
He looks so
possibly
happy.
the best guide in all of Teyvat.
Wow! That's a lot of people! Great turnout!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way, so,
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is?
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a...
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does matter is that I'd like you to gather more intel...
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say your job's probably more hassle than it's worth. Something about you see...
It's my...
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still alive raises an awful lot of questions for me.
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware, the Raker...
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the 5 sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identity. I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The 5 sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall, tearing Conria apart in the visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future, the wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge, Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired to create life, the foul, Sertologi, who pursued supreme strength, and last, but not least, of the 5, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions, so what changed in the space of a single night?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea what actually happened?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice? And what other context can you give me about the events of that time?
Strangely, now that it comes to it, I hardly know where to be. The fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedifenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes. And when I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt me like a never-ending... But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedifenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me and partook of the...
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you willing to pay?
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not always a madman. Believe it or not, there was a time when uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept my commission, I will tell you more about him.
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has a score to settle with our enemy.
A random passerby.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the lighthouse.
Oh.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Her halo doesn't even glow.
Relax. It was
was meant to be a compliment. If that was a little over the top for your liking, I'll make sure to tone.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif. Let's speak in private once.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly...
I believe it will. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. Even though I'm doing a lot better now, the truth is, my recovery will likely be an ongoing process. From the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Tevat has never accepted me. Even with the moons united as one, it seems my rejection cannot be undone. So far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out to be a problem that will plague me until the day I finally leave this place behind. Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Ray here of Solnari. As Arlecchino put it, this is not about chasing the spoils of victory.
Kutar.
Defeating the Ray here of Solnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to...
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we hope.
We've considered several viable plans now, but our choice hinges on the answers to is it even possible to kill Rerir? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? And what's he really after? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these.
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say it's not my wish to burden you. But right now, relying on your...
So you're placing all your hopes.
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly,
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then Flintz's insincere flattery the next.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all. Feel free to keep bickering. Just pretend I'm not here.
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rerir. And knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so well. Like two peas in a pod.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
There's no justice.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy having everyone's hopes on my shoulders.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you. But the fact is, I also trust you. And that's because I know that you're...
Anyway, Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to...
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to convince Miss Nefer than trying to do it myself.
That's crazy.
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Bro, really? Face.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
Message board. Yasu. After they burn to shreds. That's crazy. Okay, the end of this video, of this, thing, this video, anyways, bye guys. Bye.